What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lauren. Welcome. I hope you stay and subscribe if you have not already, and like and comment on this video to help support me and help my channel grow and just grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Today my appearance is obviously a little different. My hair's thrown up in a bun and I have a long sleeve on because it's finally 75 degrees outside, which means it is cold enough to wear long sleeves. Eee! But I'm doing a sit down video today because I have not filmed one in a long time, and I just really wanted to sit down and chat with you guys because it's been a long time since I've been able to do that. So I'm really excited for today's video. Today's video is going to be 10 healthy habits that I have adopted in 2020 because I've had a lot of time this year to work on myself and just start being more intentional with the way I do things and the things that I use. So I'm going to share 10 things that I've done this year to help make myself feel happier and healthier and just all around a lot better. The first thing I've been doing is waking up earlier in the day, and that does not mean that I wake up at 6 a.m. every single morning because I don't, and I don't want you to think that I do because that's so unrealistic for me specifically. But what that does mean is that I do set my alarm for at least an earlier time, such as like 7 or 7:30, at least 5 to 6 days out of the week, so that I give myself a chance to wake up early and get things done early and start my day early if I want to. Obviously, there are days where I do have early classes, and I know that a lot of you guys do too, so you don't really have a choice but to get up early. But for me personally, I only have early classes like 2 days a week, really. And the other days I can sleep in, thankfully, if I want to, but I will set my alarm earlier on those days just to give myself a chance to get started on my day earlier. But if I do wake up and I don't feel like waking up and I just really feel like I need the extra rest, then I will take the extra rest. I will go back to sleep, and I will sleep as much as I need to if I'm able to that day, obviously. I know some people don't have the flexibility to be able to wake up when they want to, but I just feel like focusing on that and like doing that for me has helped me feel so much better, and just listening to my body and giving myself the rest that I need if I need it. But on the other side of that, obviously, waking up early and giving myself the opportunity to wake up early makes me feel so much better on days where I know I have a lot to do. So getting up and starting my days early really helps. The next thing that I have started doing is focusing and dedicating more time for God. I am Christian, so I do prioritize God in my life all of the time. So by this I mean that I started doing my devotional more consistently. I got a devotional that I knew I would love, along with getting a brand new Bible that I am actually excited to read. I have never been excited to read the Bible before, as much as I love God. I used to dread reading the Bible. My Bible classes in college and high school were just my hardest classes, and I just could not get my brain to function and like understand what we were learning because the Bible is such a confusing thing sometimes, even though it's the source of clarity in our lives, if we're getting technical. But I personally took the step to get resources that I look forward to using and that I love. So I have mentioned these in like all my vlogs, but these are my two favorite tools ever. This is the New Morning Mercies devotional. It's just a page a day thing to read and spend time with God. And this is the Message Bible in Contemporary Language by Peterson. I highly recommend this Bible if you're looking to get into reading the Bible. If you don't already, this is just such an easy one to understand. It's the Bible in a language that anyone can read and comprehend well. So taking the step to get these two things and just make a routine out of it every single morning has really just placed my faith life in a much better position, and I highly recommend any of you to do the same thing. I'll have these two exact things linked below if you want to get the same ones. I know a lot of you guys have already gotten these items and you love them, and you've reached out to me telling me that they're game changers, and they really are. I love these so much, and they've helped me so much to prioritize the time with God. And ever since I've been starting doing that, obviously I feel more whole and just an all-around better person. Number 3 is using more mindful products in my life. And I'm going to be talking about a few products that I've been loving. The first one are 7th generation tampons. And this video is gladly sponsored by 7th generation, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about them. So 7th generation is a household and personal care brand with a strong mission that designs products with you and the environment in mind. And the products that I'm actually talking about today are the tampons, the pads, and the panty liners. Yes, we're getting real. If you're a guy on here, you should still listen. TMI or not, my favorite product are the tampons. 7th generation tampons are made with 100% organic cotton, and they're also free of fragrances and deodorants. And their pads and panty liners, for those of you who use these products, are hypoallergenic and chlorine free. And with 7th generation actually comes the company called Box. They deliver products that you need at very low prices and in bulk. So when I received this box of all of my necessities, I was over the moon excited. So a little bit about the tampon tax. If you don't know what that is, it's basically that menstrual products cost way more than they need to be just because of the fact that sales tax is added to the cost of the item, which therefore means that period care is actually considered non-essential, which is absolutely absurd to me and makes zero sense. And 7th generation and Box are actually both fighting to abolish the tampon tax, which is something that has become very important to me and something that I support 100%. This company, Box, is actually the only national retailer to take a stand on the tampon tax and also the pink tax, which is the silly concept where women's items actually cost more than the men's equivalent item just because they are women's items. So since they launched, Box has actually given $1.7 million back to their customers, and 7th generation products, they really focus on making sure you know exactly what's in your period products, hence the 100% organic cotton that they have in their tampons. Additionally, they actually disclose 100% of all of their ingredients that are in their period care products, which is something that every brand should do. So 7th generation also donates a portion of every single period care item to organizations that work to make access to these essential products a lot easier. I am also very big on openly talking about periods because it is life and it happens because we are human, and Boxed and 7th generation are also very big on fighting the stigma and also for menstrual equity. So more about Box, they offer big sizes and savings on all the brands that you love. And you don't even have to have a membership with Box. You can get a box delivered right to your doorstep. You don't have to go to the grocery store. You don't have to fight the crazy lines. You don't have to go out and wear a mask because it gets delivered right to your doorstep. And they don't just carry period items. They actually have all of the products that you need, such as snacks and drinks and any other items. And you can also access them on an app or even their website. And you can be 100% confident in your purchase because Box tests all of the products that are on their website. Use my code Lauryn to get 30% off when you buy 2 or more 7th generation period care products at box.com/Lauryn. So thank you so much to 7th generation for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Another more natural integration into my life are hair care items. I have been specifically using products that don't have any parabens or sulfates or any of those bad nasty things for your hair, and I've made the investment to get clean products. These are Pros products. I absolutely love them. I've talked about them before. I highly recommend looking into some custom formula that are specific for your hair. And this year specifically, I've also integrated natural deodorants into my routine. A lot of people say that natural deodorants don't work as good as regular deodorant. While that may be true for some people, that's not the case for me. I absolutely love the Kopari deodorants and also the healthy deodorants. I can get both of these super easily and they both work very well for me, and it's just so important when you actually think about the things that you're putting on your body and in your body, and this is such a good step towards being a healthier person. Toothpaste as well. I've been using the Burt's Bees Charcoal and Whitening Fluoride toothpaste. These are made without parabens, SLS, and artificial flavors, which you don't even need in a toothpaste. So why are all these companies putting such random ingredients in toothpastes when this is something that affects something that you're gonna have for your entire life? And it's important to spend time in educating yourself on what you're brushing your teeth with even, like that is so important. And then lastly, skincare. I've just been using a lot more clean ingredient skincares. So obviously Curology is very simple skincare that only puts in what you actually need for your specific skin. So just focusing more on your aspects specifically and knowing what is best for you personally. Finally, number 4 is going dairy-free. Dairy-free. I would not consider myself lactose intolerant 100%. Some dairy products affect me, some dairy products don't affect me at all. So I initially went dairy-free for like my stomach issues, because when I would drink milk, 2 minutes later I'd be running to the toilet. Let me just say that. So I finally took the step to just cut milk out of my life. I haven't had regular milk in months probably, or or a year at least. And also cream cheese. I cannot eat cream cheese, you guys. It's just a bad rest of the day when I do. But it's also one of the only things that helped me clear up my skin when I was really breaking out so badly. So once I cut dairy out of my life, mostly my skin started to clear up. So now I basically do it for my skin. And this is such a huge thing to focus on when you actually care about your skin and when you do the things that are best for your skin. Even when you love ice cream or cream cheese, there's always alternatives, you guys. So if you're considering cutting out dairy to make your skin healthier, to make your stomach healthier, please do it. Just try it. I encourage you to do it because there are good dairy alternatives out there, so please just try. And although, like I said, I'm not 100% dairy free, I do still have ice cream every once in a while. I have cream cheese every once in a while because those things make me happy and I listen to my body and do the things that make me happy. Number 5, becoming an overall more organized person. I've always been pretty organized, like, for my entire life, but 2020 in quarantine specifically is when I started making my famous to-do lists that everyone loves. To-do lists have seriously just helped me become such a more organized person, and I don't know where I would be without them. I would be a jumbled mess and just be so confused on everything in life. Number 6 is spending money on things that actually matter. Most of the time, I've gotten a lot better at deciding to stay home and make my own coffee at home when I know I have an espresso machine and not going out to Starbucks because I know I don't need Starbucks some days. Another part of that is knowing that since I am an influencer and I'm able to make such amazing videos for you guys, I am able to work with brands that are able to send me clothing for me to review, which then leads me to believe that I don't need to spend money on clothes. I don't need to go to the mall. I don't need to online shop, even though I sometimes do still. Like, I don't need to shop myself because I am so grateful that I get to be sent clothing sometimes, and I think that really hit me hard, and I'm like, why am I spending money on clothes when I don't need to? That's been a really prominent thought in my head this year, is I need to save my money for things that I actually need and not clothes because I don't need more clothes. I've also started to grocery shop more frequently because I think cooking at home by myself is so much more beneficial than going out and spending $10 on a meal that's, you know, I love but I don't need to get when I have food at home. And I'm not saying doing these things is bad at all, you guys. I'm just saying it's so good to focus on what you could do instead of these things, but still do these things. Like, go out and get your favorite food from Rubio's or Chick-fil-A if you want to. Go get that really cute jacket if you want to, but that's just something that's really been on my mind, so yeah. Number 7 is having more me time. I am an introvert at its best, but sometimes an extrovert, so I don't really know how to define myself, so I'm just not going to, but quarantine specifically has made me fall in love with spending time with myself. A lot of people used quarantine to, like, take that time to find themselves and just spend more time focusing on themselves, and I think that's amazing. I've also been doing the same pretty much because what else would I be doing right now? And like I said, since I am an introvert, I have always known the importance and loved spending time by myself and being an independent person, but truly this year I have recognized the true importance of actually spending time on yourself and loving yourself and just finding out how to love yourself if you don't. And yeah. Number 8, I've stopped caring about other people's opinions 99% of the time. Being a YouTuber specifically has taught me to seriously let go of what the heck people think of you, because it truly does not matter. There's always going to be negative people in this world, always. That's something you cannot change, but I just have realized that I need to stop focusing on them because they're just not my people, not meant for my life. I also realized that I really needed to stop putting my energy and time towards people that are negative in my life, just looking for attention, and to start directing that energy of mine to people that actually support me and love me and deserve the attention. Number 9 is doing things on my own time and energy. As an example, working out. If I don't feel like working out a certain day, I don't. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, for those of you who asked for my workout routine, I don't have one. I literally have not worked out in like a month, formally worked out. Like yesterday I went to go play Frisbee with Keiko and my boyfriend, but that was about the most physical activity that I've gotten in a while. And as much as I feel like I should be beating myself up for not working out, I realize that that's only going to make me feel worse about myself. So why force something on myself when I just know that's not going to make me feel any bit better? And yes, working out is important, physical activity is important, but focusing on your own feelings and how you feel is more important. Going along with that, if I don't feel like hanging out with someone, I don't. While forcing yourself out of your comfort zone and doing things with a friend or seeing a friend is one thing, forcing yourselves to make someone else happy, like your friend, before you make yourself happy, it's just not how it works. Do things that you want to do, that you have time for, and that you have energy for, and that you have the heart for, and don't just do things to make other people happy if you don't want to do them. The last thing that I'm going to be talking about is number 10, loving others and loving God before you love yourself. I might sound completely crazy and insane by saying this because everybody says love yourself first, but if you really think about it, life is seriously all about loving. And personally, everyone has different love languages, everyone loves differently, but I personally feel the most loved when I give my love out to others first, because that in turn makes me feel loved and makes me feel accomplished and makes me feel like I am loved as well. It's a really confusing concept, and I wish I had a whole video to talk about this, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And don't get me wrong, loving yourself is so important, one of the most important things in this world, but I truly believe that you can't love yourself unless you give love out to others and also love God, who is the one who loves us the most. So yeah, those are just 10 things that I have been doing recently, this year specifically, to adopt a healthier and just happier lifestyle. I really hope you enjoy, and I really hope you will incorporate any of these specific things into your own lives to try to, I don't know, make a certain aspect of your life better in a way, or just happier. If you're in a ditch right now and you need to hear it, things will get better. You are loved as a person, and everything happens because it is supposed to. Everything happens for a reason. So whatever it is you're going through, if you're going through something, you will get through it and you will come out a happier person. But yeah, thank you so much to 7th Generation also for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check out the link in my description to use my code Lauryn for 30% off. I love you guys so much. Thank you for taking the time to look at my crazy hair for however long this video was. I really appreciate it, and that makes me feel loved. I love you guys with my whole entire heart. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already, and like, comment on this video to support me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!